Welcome to Wawa Sandwire. Today, we're talking about Namewee's release and the controversy surrounding the Irish She case. It's definitely the story everyone is watching. We're looking at this major legal update, obviously involving Namewee, the tragic death of the Taiwanese influencer Irish She, and now, well, a really significant ruling from the Attorney General's office. Our goal here is to unpack what this decision actually means. For Namewee, yes, but also for the investigation moving forward.
And the big news, the headline really, is that Namewee is set to be released. It's confirmed for police bail tomorrow, November 13th. This follows that 9-day remand period.
Right, 9 days. That's quite a stretch, especially for something classified as murder and now suddenly released tomorrow. Why the shift? What's the official reason? Because this announcement, it wasn't just a standard police press release, was it?
No, absolutely not. This came directly from the Attorney General himself, Tan Sri Mohammed Dasuki. And, in our system, the AG's office, they have the final say on prosecutions. When they make a statement like this, it's serious.
Okay, so the top prosecutor is stepping in publicly. Does that usually mean the investigation's wrapped up successfully? Or maybe they've hit a wall?
It points towards the second one, at least for now. Tan Sri Mohammed Dasuki was quite explicit. He said that after reviewing the investigation papers from the police, his office found, and this is the key part, no evidence at this stage linking Namewee to the actual murder of Irish She.
No evidence linking him to the murder. That's a very specific phrasing.
It is. It's crucial. It's the justification for allowing the release on bail.
But does no evidence mean he's cleared, like completely in the clear for the murder accusation? Or is this more procedural?
It's definitely not a full exoneration. That's not what this means at all. Legal language is tricky here. It means the evidence gathered during that 9-day remand wasn't strong enough for the public prosecutor's office to confidently file a murder charge right now.
So it's based purely on the evidence threshold.
Exactly. It's an evidence-based decision for this moment in time. It lets the police continue their work without holding someone when they don't yet have the grounds to charge him with that specific, very serious crime.
Okay. And the timing is interesting too, isn't it? The remand period was maxed out. Kuala Lumpur Police Chief Datuk Fadel submitted the report today, November 12th. It feels like they hit deadline, didn't have enough for the charge, so release was legally necessary.
Well, that procedural timeline is definitely a factor. The police, they were under pressure working against that clock. Datuk Fadel had to get that inviolation report to the Deputy Public Prosecutor's Office today. That's the law.
Right.
And that submission, it immediately kicked off the review by the Attorney General's chambers. They used the full remand time available that initial 6 days, plus the 3-day extension. Once that time is up, if the evidence isn't there for a charge, they must act on what they have.
So the AG statement does two things then. It addresses the immediate legal need release, Namewee, because there's not enough proof yet. And it also maybe sends a message that the bar for a murder charge is high, regardless of who's involved.
I think that's a fair reading. And reinforcing that, the AG also gave a clear directive back to the police.
Which was?
Keep digging. He specifically instructed them to continue with a more in-depth investigation into the whole case. So the file on Irish She's death, it's still very much open.
Okay, let's just quickly remind ourselves how this all started. Irish She, found deceased, Kuala Lumpur hotel, in the bathtub. That was back on October 22nd. It became huge news almost instantly.
It really did, and you saw how quickly the police perspective shifted. It began as what they call a sudden death report, standard procedure. But then, pretty fast, new clues emerged, things seemed suspicious, and they reclassified it.
To a murder case.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that reclassification is what made Namewee's situation so critical, leading to the extended remand and all the scrutiny.
And the reason he was the focus, the difficult fact, was that he was reportedly the last person seen with her. That automatically puts you at the center when something tragic like this happens.
Absolutely. That connection explains why the police needed that remand time, the full 9 days ending tomorrow, to question him, gather evidence, check timelines, everything. Started November 5th, went through the extensions.
Right, so they did use the full legal process available to them for the investigation during detention.
They did, even if it didn't result in enough evidence for that murder charge at this point. They followed the procedure before sending findings up to the AG's office.
Okay, but now we need to talk about the other issue. Because Namewee isn't just walking free tomorrow with no legal worries at all, right?
Right.
There's another layer here.
Yes, that's extremely important to understand, this ruling from the AG on the murder suspicion. It has absolutely no bearing on a completely separate legal matter Namewee is facing.
Which is the drug charge.
Correct. Before this whole murder investigation even properly ramped up, back on October 24th, he was arrested and formally charged in a Kuala Lumpur court. That was for alleged drug possession and misuse.
And he pleaded not guilty to that charge in court, we should add. But the charge itself still stands.
It absolutely still stands. He has to go through the court process for that alleged offense. So yes, he gets police bail related to the murder inquiry, but he's still facing that separate ongoing drug case.
So relief on one front, but still significant legal trouble on another. It's complex.
It really is. Conditional freedom regarding the Shia case, which is huge, obviously, but the risk from the existing drug charge remains very real.
And let's circle back to the Attorney General, Tan Sri Muhammadusukhi's exact words again. He was careful, wasn't he? He added a condition.
He did. He made it clear the door isn't fully shut on the murder investigation side. He said, and this is the crucial caveat, if new evidence appears in further investigation, then the public prosecutor's office will take appropriate action.
So, police bail, in this context, doesn't mean case closed.
Not at all. It means you're out of custody, but the investigation carry on. If that in-depth police work turns up something new, maybe forensics, maybe a new witness, anything, they can revisit the possibility of charges related to the death. That possibility hangs there. He's released, but still legally tied to this unsolved case.
You know, with all the attention this case gets, international media, social media have to wonder, does that intense spotlight influence how the Attorney General's office handles things? Do you think making such a public statement, emphasizing the in-depth investigation, is partly about showing that the process is rigorous and fair, despite the profile of everyone involved?
It's a valid question. Public confidence is definitely a consideration in high-profile cases, especially ones with international dimensions. A clear statement from the AG like this helps manage the narrative. It asserts that decisions are based on evidence, not on fame or pressure, while also, keeping the pressure on the police to deliver results.
Okay, so let's try to summarize where things stand legally right now. Two main points coming out of the AG's announcement today. First, Namewee's getting released on police bail tomorrow because currently there's not enough direct evidence to charge him with murder.
Correct. That's takeaway number one, based on the initial investigation report.
And second,
that release is conditional. The murder investigation itself is not closed. It's ongoing, labeled as in-depth, meaning future action is still possible if new evidence comes to light. And completely separate from all that, the drug charge from October 24th. That case continues through the courts.
so his legal troubles are definitely not over with this release.
Far from it.
It's a significant development, this conditional clearance for the murder suspicion. It moves him out of that immediate intense spotlight as a primary suspect. But that emphasis from the Attorney General on continuing the in-depth investigation, it really suggests the authorities are determined to find answers about what happened to Ira Shea. The big question now, as Namewee is released, is simply, what will that investigation uncover next? Remember to like and subscribe for more videos like this.